Welcome to your weekly Kansas City Chiefs news update, where you're going to receive all the most important Chiefs news in 5 minutes or less right here on the Red and Gold Report. Now, the biggest news in Chiefs Kingdom is, of course, that our Red and Gold are going to be facing off in our first preseason game of the year against the hapless Bears this Saturday. Now, I know that we're all going to be watching closely in anticipation to see Travis Kelce's mustache, which I would argue has definitely reached Tom Selleck level, but not yet the heights of Steve Harvey. But there's going to be a lot more to watch in this preseason game than Kelce's mustache or even just the starters. I'm very excited, very interested to see how the wide receiver depth chart shakes out in real time. I'm really interested to see if one of these backup rookie cornerbacks can make a play or two and stand out in the game. I'm very interested to see how the Chiefs will actually use rookie third round linebacker Leo Chanel. Is he going to just be an off ball linebacker, or will we occasionally see him at edge? And of course, I'm extremely interested to see if all the hype around rookie running back Isaiah Pacheco continues to grow once he is in a real game scenario. In other news, we've received more details on the contract the Chiefs recently gave free agent defensive end Carlos Dunlap, and they're great. This is a great contract. While it was originally reported as a one-year deal worth up to $8 million, and when you hear worth up to, you should go, I wonder what that is really going to be worth. It is now being reported that his base salary will be just over $1.1 million, his signing bonus just under $1.9 million. That means about $5 million of the contract, most of the one-year contract, is in not likely to be achieved performance bonuses, meaning his true cap hit this year will be $3 million, which I think is a steal for a guy who could end up being a starter, a guy who is going to be a legitimate pass rusher coming off the edge for us. In other news, former Chiefs head coach Dick Vermeil was officially inducted into the Hall of Fame last Saturday. I really want to encourage you to go watch his speech. He's one of the finest people who has ever been involved in the NFL, and he gives plenty of shout outs in that speech to Chiefs Kingdom. In other news, the Chiefs signed veteran defensive tackle Danny Shelton. Shelton was, of course, a 2015 first-round draft pick by the Browns. He played pretty well for the first few years of his career. Real talented guy, but his play never reached anything like his draft position. It actually dropped off, and he played very poorly actually the last few years. So while there's still talent there, and I know we all get all excited about former first round draft picks, the reality is that the best realistic hope is he could be a serviceable backup for our team at this point. In other news, the Chiefs released cornerback Deandre Baker. Baker was also a former first round draft pick, 2019, by the Giants. The Chiefs took a flyer on him last season. Now, he's this physical force in college, but his lack of speed and refined technique never let him get his feet under him in the NFL. Some possible off-field stuff, too. Now, I'm not really surprised at all by this move for the Chiefs, with Trent McDuffie, Jalen Watson, Josh Williams, and Najee Johnson all drafted by the Chiefs just this year at corner. Then the Chiefs going out and trading for corner Lonnie Johnson from Houston. There was probably never going to be a roster spot for Baker. In a bit of other fun news, safety Justin Reed somehow kicked a 65-yard field goal in a recent training camp practice. Of course, the video went viral. It was super fun, and I imagine that if Harrison Butker tweaks the hammy, we might just trot out Justin out there. But of course, no one said anything about all the other kicks he actually missed. Well, that about does it for me, but what do you think? What do you think of the Dunlap contract? What are some of your best Dick Vermeil memories? And of course, what are you looking forward to seeing in this first preseason game? What are some of the different competitions and players that you're excited to actually see out there on the field? Leave your thoughts on all of that in the comments below. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching the Red and Gold Report, and go Chiefs!